Hey, Carnegie Learning. My name is Shanice Martin, and I'd like to take this time to thank you for the opportunity to become a remote tutor. To tell you a little bit about myself, I'm certified in the state of Texas to teach mathematics grades 7 through 12. I have 5 years of teaching experience where I taught 7th grade for 3 years and Algebra 1 for 2 years. As a teacher, I use a lot of different technological programs and softwares and websites like Zoom and Meets, Quizzes, Kahoot, iExcel, Mathia, and a lot of different others as well. I'm very excited to show you guys my sample lesson, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, guys. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Do me a favor, please join this Pear Deck. Go to joinpd.com and enter that code. I've also copied the link into the chat, so if it's easier to just click on it, you can do that too. Okay, so let's get started. Let's do a little bit of review. Guys, so far, we have talked about 2 types of linear forms. Now, who can tell me, either in the chat or unmute yourself, what does linear mean? Awesome, Tanya, it means straight line. So if I were to graph slope-intercept form or a standard form, I would always see a straight line. So we've looked at these 2 equations today, or I'm sorry, before. And so what we're doing today that's a little different is we're going to look at a third linear form, and it is called point-slope form. I expect you guys today to be able to write me equations in point slope form, and I promise it's super easy, okay? There are 2 things that you need to write me an equation in point slope form, and what I like is that it's in the name. You're going to need a point and you're going to need the slope. So let's take a look at exactly where these things go. So point slope form is y minus y1 equals m in parentheses x minus x1. What's the variable that we use for slope? Yes, Jimmy, it is m. So look where you're going to put your slope in the equation, right there in front of the parentheses. Let's look at where you put your point. Guys, remember, a point, you can also call it an ordered pair. And the way that it's organized, it's an x value first and then a y value. Now, I need you to take note of something, though. Look at the equation point slope form. Which one appeared first from left to right? The x1 or the y1? Yeah, it was the y1. So I need you guys to double check today that you put your x and your y value in the correct spot. You kind of have to switch it. So double check that you put those values in their correct spots. Okay, let's do a problem together. We're going to write an equation in point slope form for the line that passes through -1, 5 with a slope of -7. Guys, on your screen, if you have a touch screen, then write along with me. If it's hard for you to write on the Pear Deck, you can always use paper and pencil, okay? So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label all my numbers. Okay, so what I mean by that, this point -1, 5, -1 is the x1 value, which means the 5 is the what? Good, it's the y1 value. What do you think I'm going to label this -7? Yes, Tanya, awesome. I'm going to label it m because that's what we use for slope. It's the variable. I do this because now I can easily see where my numbers go in the equation. So let's go ahead and start replacing. We're going to start with y minus. Guys, what's that y1 value? Yep, 5. Y minus 5 equals, what's our slope? Good, -7, open your parentheses, x minus, what's our x value? Good, it's -1, close parentheses. Now, this is not our final answer, though, because something happened inside those parentheses I need you guys to take a look at. I see a minus and a negative. I wonder how that happened. In point slope form, it has a minus sign. You need it. But our x value was a negative. You need the negative sign as well. You need both. Now, who knows what happens? What happens when you have a double negative like that? What does it become? Good, it becomes a positive. So in this box, our final answer is y minus 5 equals -7. And inside, it's going to be x plus 1. Close your parentheses. All right, that's it. We did it. We wrote an equation in point slope form. So now this next example, I want you guys to try on your own first. I'm going to give you about a minute. Write me an equation in point slope form, and then we'll check it together. Go ahead and get started. Okay, now that that minute has passed, let's go over our work. So the first thing I wanted you guys to do was to label your values, x1, y1, and m. Now I see where those easily belong. Y minus -2 equals, what's the slope? Yep, it's that fraction, 1/2. And then inside parentheses, it's x minus 9. Good. Now, this is not our final answer because look at what happened in the front. You got that minus negative. So how are we going to write it? Oh, sorry, guys. It came up. Good. Sorry, guys. So how are we going to write it? Good. We're going to do y plus, perfect, 2 equals 1/2 x minus 9. And that's it. All right, either on camera or you could put an emoji in the chat. Give me a thumbs up if you got that correct all on your own. Awesome. Good job, guys. All right. Last thing that we're going to do today is get some practice. Practice makes perfect. So you guys completed the lesson. I have a quiz for you guys. Go to that website and enter that code. It's 10 questions. Practice makes perfect. Okay. You guys did a great job today. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you next time. All right, Carnegie Learning, thank you for watching my lesson.